You won't believe what just happened to Sammy Kioko. Just days after posting a broken heart emoji that left everyone asking questions, today, Kenya woke up to something no one was ready for. A disturbing video, Sammy Kioko moving out of his own house, boxes, silence, and one caption that shattered the whole internet. Sometimes, you just need to accept the situation. It's okay, it happens, it's life. But that is not all, because what happened before this moment and what people are now discovering about his financial struggles is going to leave you speechless. Was this a silent cry for help? Did the warning signs go unnoticed? And why did it all happen right after those alarming posts? Stay with me because the truth behind Sammy Kioko's painful exit is more heartbreaking and more shocking than anyone ever imagined. Just hours ago, the video surfaced on Instagram, leaving the entire internet in shock. Sammy Kioko, the man who made millions of Kenyans laugh, the comedian who once gifted his mother a mansion, and the entertainer who seemed to have it all, was seen moving out of his house with nothing but heartbreak in his eyes and a few belongings on his hands. But that is not all. Wait until you see what happened next. The video shows Kioko standing in an empty room, the walls bare, the space hollow, carrying what appears to be furniture and personal items. The caption on his Instagram story reads, "Sometimes you just have to accept the situation and say it's okay, it happens, it's life," with a broken heart emoji punctuating the devastating reality of his circumstances. This was not supposed to happen, not to Sammy Kioko, not to the man who rose from nothing to becoming one of Churchill's show's brightest stars, but here we are, witnessing what many are calling the saddest day in the Kenyan entertainment history. Before this shocking video emerged, there were signs, subtle cries for help that most of us missed. Buried in the endless scroll of social media, just days before the moving video surfaced, Kioko posted a series of alarming messages on Instagram that sparked massive curiosity across the nation. The heartbroken emoji wasn't just a random post, it was a signal, a silent scream from a man drowning in circumstances beyond his control. Fellow comedians noticed it first. Nasra Yusuf, his close friend, will later reveal something that will break your heart. I have been calling Sammy Kioko for months, and our conversations have always ended up with him saying, "Niko tu kwa gari Naz, nashindwa kuingia kwa nyumba, juu niko down and I don't want my family to see me like this." The posts kept coming, each one more concerning than the last one. Cryptic messages about faith, about holding on, and about storms that seemed to have no end. Kenyans who followed him closely began asking questions. What is happening to Sammy? Why does he seem to be different? But here is the shocking truth, and this is what nobody saw coming. The man who once built a house for his parents, the comedian who turned his pain into comedy, got into Churchill show, was about to lose everything he had worked for so hard. The Instagram stories showed a glimpse of a man wrestling with demons. We couldn't see behind every cryptic post was a battle most of us couldn't imagine. The entertainment industry is watching in silence, unsure of how to help, uncertain of what to say. When Sammy Kioko posted that moving video, it wasn't just content, it was a confession, a surrender, a moment of raw vulnerability that celebrities rarely show the world. The footage shared on his Instagram stories just 24 hours ago captured something that most public figures would hide: defeat. But now, let me tell you about the storm that led to this devastating moment, because this story goes much deeper than anyone initially realized, and what I'm about to reveal to you is going to shock you to your core. It all started with a business opportunity that seemed like a blessing. Sammy Kioko, through his tailoring business, Kioko Designs, and his sister Maureen's company, Mudaka Fashion Designs, secured a tender with the Machakos County Government. The contract supplies staff uniforms. The agreed payment, 19 million Kenyan shillings. For Kioko, this was more than just business. It was validation that his entrepreneurial dreams were viable, that he could build something beyond comedy, that he could create employment and contribute to his community. He and his sister invested everything: time, resources, borrowed capital, all based on the trust that government will honor his commitment. They delivered, every uniform, every specification met, every deadline honored. Kioko submitted all documentation to the Machakos County Procurement Office, signed delivery notes, proof of completion, everything by the book, and then came the waiting. Weeks turned into months, months turned into a year, 1 year became almost 2, the money never came. At first, Kioko tried the polite approach, official letters, follow-up calls, scheduled meetings that never happened. He knocked on doors that wouldn't open, called phone numbers that went on voicemail, and even sent messages that were left unread. But here is where it gets truly disturbing. When Kioko finally went public with the struggles, camping outside Governor Ndeti's office in late October of 2025, sleeping in his car overnight, desperately seeking an audience, the county government didn't respond with empathy, they responded with denial. The Machakos County Government released a statement claiming that they had no contract with Sammy Kioko. They say that he wasn't registered as a supplier, that his name didn't appear in their procurement documents, that he had no legal standings to make these claims. They went further, accusing him of running a politically motivated scheme designed to tarnish the governor's reputation. Think about that strategy. Instead of investigating the claim, instead of pulling records and having a conversation, they attacked the messenger. Joseph Maduki, the county's head of procurement, confirmed that yes, a company was awarded the tender for uniforms, but insisted that Kioko wasn't listed as a director or a shareholder. This is where it gets technically complicated, but stay here because this loophole is exactly how governments escape accountability. Kioko explained in a tearful interview on Ogaobina show that he worked through a partnership structure, something incredibly common in Kenyan businesses. His sister Maureen was the registered owner, but he was the operational partner who managed fulfillment. They delivered together. They were supposed to get paid together, but when payment time came, the county hid behind corporate structure technicalities. When Ogaobina tried calling Governor Ndeti live on air, she did not pick up. They also reached out to Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka, thinking a political connection might open doors. His team sent a blunt message back: stop calling SKM, either online or offline. You are crossing the line. The debt crisis did more than damage Kioko's bank account. It destroyed his business empire piece by piece. First, he could not pay rent on his Westland shop. Then he couldn't pay his employees, who sent him heartbreaking messages. By October 31st of 2025, Kioko announced the closure of Kioko Designs, the fashion line he had poured his dreams into. But wait, because if you think that this story couldn't get any more heartbreaking, you're about to discover just how cruel the situation truly became. Maureen Kioko, Sammy Kioko's sister and business partner, was the other half of his doomed venture. While Sammy Kioko fought publicly for their payment, Maureen fought for a different battle, one of her health and for her life. In early of November 2025, Maureen was rushed to the hospital in an ambulance, a scene Kioko captured on video with shaking hands and a caption that read, "Not a good morning, remember her in your prayers." Tom Daktari stood by his side, offering support as medical personnel attended to Maureen. The health crisis wasn't random. Maureen had suffered pregnancy complications months earlier, requiring a cesarean section, but the surgery led to other health challenges, complications, and required ongoing medical attention, and eventually a second surgery. Medical care in Kenya isn't cheap, especially specialist treatment, and the Kioko's financial resources had been drained by the business collapse. The cruelty of the situation is almost incomprehensible. The money to save Maureen's health was money already earned, already owed, sitting somewhere in a county government account, while bureaucrats played technical games about paperwork and shareholder listings. Kioko revealed something that cuts even deeper. Before Maureen's health deteriorated completely, she had asked him to follow up on the delayed payment while she was focused on recovery. Content creator Nikki Big Fish captured the nation's rage. It is disheartening to see what our brother Sammy Kioko is going through after delivering work in good faith. Thousands of Kenyans offered prayers, encouragement, and small financial contributions, but prayers don't perform surgeries, good wishes don't pay medical bills, and the systematic injustice that put Maureen in that hospital bed couldn't be undone by individual kindness. In early November, Kioko made a decision that revealed just how desperate things had become. He put his Nissan Tida up for sale, the car he'd owned for 8 years, the vehicle that had become his refuge, his hiding place, and his sanctuary. Nasra Yusuf's response captured what many felt. This truly breaks my heart. I have been calling Sammy Kioko for months, and our conversations always ended up with him saying, niko tu kwa gari Naz, nashindwa kuingia kwa nyumba juu niko down, and I don't want my family to see me like this. Eventually, through the intervention of fellow entertainers, including Oga Obina, Nasra Yusuf, and Tom Daktari, enough funds were raised for Maureen to travel to India for specialized treatment. On November 14th, Kioko shared a video of accompanying her to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, a bittersweet moment of hope amid overwhelming despairs. As Sammy Kioko packs his belongings and moves out of his home, carrying furniture that once symbolized success and now represents surrender, Kenya must reckon with an uncomfortable truth. We have failed our creatives, we have failed our entrepreneurs, and we have failed the very people who make this nation worth celebrating. If you found this video insightful, please like and subscribe. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Should the Machakos County Government be held accountable? What reforms do Kenyan procurement systems need? Let's keep this conversation going because silence is complicity, and Sammy Kioko and thousands like him deserve better than our silence. Thank you for watching, and may we all find the strength to fight for justice even when the odds seem impossible.